بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. My dear respected brothers and sisters, we continue, and this is the second session on the development of Muslim character. Before actually starting this second session, I would like to advise two things. Number one, we need to memorize, we need first of all to know that in our discourse, basically we are focusing on three basic levels of how to develop ourselves Islamically. Number one, we are focusing on our own selves, and then on the family and our responsibility towards the community. The things that we mention and we try to focus on, they are not necessarily everything to develop ourselves, but I think that they are the core elements. So when we talked about the self, we explained, we need to focus on 4 qualities for a Muslim, and we need to memorize them in Arabic and in English. Number 4, a Muslim is Rahim. A Muslim is Rahim. He tries to attain Rahmah. Number 2, he is Afu. Afu. So we studied how to control our anger. Number 3, he is Muttaqi. He is what? Muttaqi. He is pious. This is what we are going to explain now. And number 4, he is Abid. He is what? He is Abid. 4 qualities. Again, he is Rahim. And this Rahmah, we talked about it, it is directed Rahmah. It's Rahmah which has an intention. It's not chaotic Rahmah. It's not chaotic compassion. It's controlled. Number 2, he is Afu. He lets things pass. He does not, he has the ability to rein the horse, to put rein on the horse, right? The horse of himself. Number 3 is he is Muttaqi. So now we are going to explain what is Taqwa. Because Taqwa, a Muslim without Taqwa, he is not a proper Muslim. He does not have the DNA of a Muslim. He does not have that DNA. Taqwa is a part of his blood. Piety or self-restraint. What is the core meaning of the word Taqwa? Taqwa is taken from the Arabic word waqa, or to get a shield against something. So it is basically translated in English as being alert, conscious, and fear of Allah. It's consciousness and fear of Allah. To be muttaqi means to be careful with regard to the commandments of Allah. To be alert all the time with Allah. The Quran and the Hadith used many terms for taqwa. Like the Prophet ﷺ is saying to Ibn Abbas, "Ihfadillah yahfazk." Be mindful of Allah. Fear Allah. Taqwa, the literal word taqwa. Taqwa, my brothers and sisters, when they explain it to be careful and conscious, I think this definition is the fruit of taqwa. But what is the core element of taqwa itself? Taqwa is, it's a type of emotion. It is a type of emotion which cast in a place of the body. This is the heart, right? Which improves the behavior of a Muslim and makes the acts of worship easy for him. So it is like it's a type of consciousness, a type of emotion, type of feeling that the person have So when a person reaches that feeling or this consciousness or this passion or this what you can call or this emotion, when it comes in his heart, he feels that he loves Allah more, and he can spend easily, and he can make the acts of ibadah in a very easy way. And moreover, he builds up a sensor in his body and in his heart, and this sensor is very sensitive with regard to anything haram. This is the basic concept of taqwa. What we need to understand is, number one, what is the location of taqwa? To be very aware of this, taqwa is not shown in the type of clothes that you have. It's not shown in the color of your skin. It is not shown in whether you are Arab or not. It's not shown even in coming to the masjid or not. Because taqwa basically is in the heart, and whatever is inside the heart is only is exposed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So make sure that the best way when to show taqwa at times of trials and tribulations. That's why it is a secret between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that people don't see. So we see some people crying in the masjid. They are submissive in their prayers. They regularly fast. These are signs of taqwa, but doesn't necessarily mean that the person who have it, he has taqwa. Because taqwa is actually inside the heart. This is something inside the heart. How to test the taqwa? This is what we will talk about. So we need to understand its location. Exactly. You have to work on your heart. Ka'b described taqwa to Umar ibn al-Khattab in a more explicit way, which is relevant actually to our real life. He says, Umar asked Ka'b, what is the meaning of taqwa, ya Ka'b? And Ka'b was renowned for his deep understanding of Quran al-Kareem. I'm sorry, this is Ubay ibn Ka'b. He is Ubay ibn Ka'b. And Ubay ibn Ka'b was a well-known scholar. He was deeply rooted in understanding tafsir of the Quran, as you know. Even he has the Prophet ﷺ said, according to the authentic hadith, that Allah commanded the Prophet ﷺ to recite a certain ayah, a certain surah to Ka'b. He said, go and recite this surah to Ka'b. And Ka'b was crying, Allah named me to you? He said, yes. So Ka'b is he is very deeply rooted a scholar among the Sahaba, like Mu'adh ibn Jabal and Ali ibn Abi Talib. He says, what is the meaning of taqwa? So Ka'b ibn Malik inquired from Umar whether he had walked through a thorny bush path with his cloak. And Umar radiallahu ta'ala said he had done so on numerous occasions. So Ubay ibn Ka'b asked Umar to describe his movements through this thorny path. What do you do if you are going through a path which is full of glass or of broken glasses or thorns in that road or path? What should you do? He says that I go cautiously. I moved cautiously so as not to tear my clothing. So Ubay ibn Ka'b said that was the description and the meaning of taqwa. When you go in your path, in the details of your life, you always alert and cautious and mindful and vigilant that you don't fall. You don't be snatched, grabbed here or there, making a mistake, like a person who have a tough boss at his work and he keeps looking at him all the time. So he is afraid to make any mistake here or there, otherwise he is picky, he will pick up his defaults. This is al-naqid basir. Also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-naqid. He is a critic and he is basir. He is vigilant and he knows and he is omniscient. So this is the basic meaning of taqwa. So how the path that inculcates and embraces a character of taqwa is one that must be carefully and cautiously treated. So on this path one must be completely aware of oneself and of his own surroundings. If a person achieves taqwa, what is his value in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The Quran is numerous. The word taqwa has been mentioned in the Quran more than, and its derivatives more 160 times. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised the muttaqeen with help and support in this life and the hereafter. Allah said in the Quran, indeed Allah is with those who have taqwa. Inna Allaha ma'al muttaqeen. He is with them. He will never leave them alone in this life and in the hereafter. Number two, all of the righteous deeds are accepted. إنما يتقبل الله من المتقين. Indeed, Allah only accepts from those who have taqwa. Their sins are being covered in the hereafter and forgiven. Whoever has taqwa of Allah and keeps his duty to Him, He will remit his sins from him and will enlarge his reward. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يُكَفِّرْ عَنْهُ سَيِّئَاتِهِ وَيُعْظِمْ لَهُ أَجْرًا. It's not just for this. His path in this life is easy. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. Everything is easy for him. And whoever has taqwa of Allah, He will make for him of his matter ease. Protection. Allah is the protector and Allah of those who have taqwa. He has immunity system, shield, protection. As He protected Himself to violate the orders of the king, the king and all of his soldiers are protectors for him. So he doesn't have to fear. He doesn't have to. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always with the muttaqeen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will describe for them a path of happiness. And whoever has taqwa of Allah, He will make for him a way out and will provide for him where he does not expect. And Allah will provide for him. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. This is not something I try to get from the hidden text, the hidden meaning of the texts. No, this is a promise from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala which is given in very clear, self-evident words. Very clear for us. And also walaya, friendship, close friendship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The alliance of Allah, there will be no fear concerning them. Nor will they grieve. Those who believe and had taqwa, for them are good tidings in this worldly life and in the hereafter. ألا إن أولياء الله لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون الذين لهم البشرى في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة. Allah is giving them the glad tidings in this life immediately before taking their souls. When they are in a very critical situation before meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the angels descend to them to calm them down and to assure for them that they are correct. They spend their life in the correct path, so what is coming is easier for them, inshallah. Jannah is the destination. Indeed, for those who have taqwa, with the Lord are the gardens of paradise. إن المتقين في جنات ونهر في مقعد صدق عند مليك مقتدر. If it is sufficient for the muttaqeen to be in the companionship of the king, of the great Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's enough for them. That's enough. Salvation from the hellfire. They are the one they have precedence. Purified for those who disbelieve is the life of this world, and there's ridicule those who believe, but those who have taqwa are above them on the day of resurrection, have high ranks. And good news. The question is, briefly, how to get taqwa, how to get this feeling that qualifies you to be among the rank of the muttaqeen, so that you have a change in your character. First of all, you have to get in your own heart fear of punishment in the next life. This very deep meaning, actually. It is not that you like to be afraid of the hereafter that you come afraid. Subhanallah. You know, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described His prophets and messengers in the Quran, He described them in a very good, subhanallah, in a very good word. Allah said about them, Inna akhlasnahum. Inna akhlasnahum. Akhlasa means we selected them. We elected them. Those prophets and messengers. Inna akhlasnahum bi khalisa. We chose them only because of one quality that they had. What is this quality? We made them very special with one quality. Inna akhlasnahum bi khalisatin. What is this khalisa? Who memorize? Dhikr ad-dar. Dhikr ad-dar. We chose them because they remember the hereafter. It occupies their minds very well. They think about it. They put it in their own consideration very well. Those are prophets and messengers of Allah. Inna akhlasnahum bi khalisatin dhikr ad-dar. Remembrance of ad-dar, of their abud, of the hereafter. So they prepared very well. So how to get taqwa? Number one, to fear of the punishment of the next life. You remember when I talked in the previous session that the Sahaba and the Salaf, they had regular routine visits for the graves.